Section 145, resident agent service of process. So, in this section from the word process, it tells us what would a corporation need to do for them to have a license that is required and issued by the SEC. So, corporation must file a written power of attorney with the commission that designate an individual Filipino citizens or a resident agent that will responsible when there is a legal proceeding or a summon against the corporation. Likewise, foreign corporation shall execute and file with the SEC an agreement and stipulation executed by the power of authorities of the said corporation. Whenever there's such a service of summons or legal process against the corporation, it shall be made upon the SEC first before it reaches to the corporation. So it is the obligation of the SEC to email or give a copy of the summon to the defendant or the corporation within the span of 10 days. And they will email it at the principal office or its home or the address of the resident agent. So, for example, when there is a petition against a corporation, the SEC or the commission will email a copy of this to the defendant or the corporation who have been summoned by someone within 10 days. So, here the resident agent will be responsible to settle it in behalf of the foreign corporation. 146 are the law applicable. So, every foreign corporation lawfully doing business here in the Philippines shall be bound by the laws, rules, and regulation applicable to domestic corporation of the same class. So if there's a rule or regulation set by the SEC or the commission, all of the foreign corporation with the same class will abide or will do or obey the set of laws that presented by the SEC. There are two exemptions for this rule, and the first one, those who provide creation, formation, organization, or dissolution of the corporation, and the second one, those who will fix relation, liabilities, responsibilities, or duties of the members, stockholders, officers of the corporation to each other on the corporation. So it is also called the winding up stage when it comes to partnership. Next, section 147, or amendments to its articles of incorporation or bylaws of foreign corporation. So here in this section, the foreign corporation are also authorized to transact their business here in the Philippines, which amends its articles of incorporation or bylaws, and after the amendments become effective, they will file it not longer 60 days of its effectivity to the SEC and or in proper cases to the appropriate government agency, and they will release a duly authenticated copy of the amendments of the articles in capital letters, and if there's some changes, they will underscore or underline it. Section 148, or the amended license. Amended license here in this section is about the foreign corporation authorized to transact business in the Philippines shall amend its license in the following case. So there are two following cases. First, when it changes its corporate name. Second, when it decides to pursue other or additional purposes here in the Philippines. So by submitting an application, therefore, to the Securities and Exchange Commission, they were favorably endorsed by the appropriate government agency in the proper cases. Next, Section 149, or the merger or consolidation involving a foreign corporation licensed in the Philippines. So, merger or consolidation involving foreign corporation are authorized to transact here in the business here in the Philippines, if it is if they will merge with a domestic corporation, such merger or consolidation must be permitted under the Philippine laws and with the law of the incorporation of foreign corporation. Second, if the requirement of merger or consolidation must be complied. So, if they will merge or consolidate with another foreign corporation, so the foreign corporation party to the merger or the consolidation of foreign corporation in its home country or state as permitted on the law of its incorporation, they must file with the Securities and Exchange Commission and in proper cases with the appropriate government agency within 60 days after such merger or consolidation becomes effective. A copy of articles merger or consolidation duly authenticated by the proper officials of the country or the states under the laws the merger or consolidation was effected. So second scenario, if absorbed corporation is the foreign corporation authorized to transact business here in the Philippines, they must file with the SEC a petition for the withdrawal of the license of their corporation. Next, Section 150, doing business without a license. So, there are consequences if a foreign corporation do business here in the Philippines without a license. So, here are some consequences. A foreign corporation doing business in the Philippines without a license shall not be permitted or maintain or intervene in any action. They have no rights nga mag-transact here in the Philippines, and they will not permitted nga mag nga mag nga mag nga mag ano sanda mag-file ka ang action against someone because they don't have license here in the Philippines. So, but it may be sued or proceed against before Philippine courts or administrative tribunals. So, when it comes to suits or against foreign corporation. So, when it comes to suits by or against a foreign corporation doing business in the Philippines by a foreign corporation with a license, it may be sued and be sued in the Philippines. They can be sue someone and in return they will be sued. So, if they will doing business here in the Philippines without a license, they cannot sue someone like if they like if someone fraud commit fraud against a corporation, they cannot sue that because they don't have license to operate here in the Philippines, but they can the the petitioner can sue the corporation, the foreign corporation, because at the first place, their business here in the Philippines is already void and ano na siya, di na siya acceptable. So, foreign corporation doing business without license, they are subject to penal sanction. Penal sanction like they will be banned here in the Philippines, possibly, but also maybe they cannot be operate anymore here in the Philippines because they already commit offense that will be used against them to 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 stop them operate here in the Philippines.